I'm going to start with a story. I was working with a client over in Asia on an island in the middle of the Indonesian archipelago, and I'd been asked to come in and help improve maintenance performance. After all, I'm considered somewhat of an expert in the field. I even wrote a book on it. All technical, fun stuff. Now, I'm over there, and after about a year of working with them, I'd go there for a month at a time every quarter. They'd have a little party when I left, not because I was going, but because they liked me. They'd welcome me at the airport when I arrived, and they genuinely were making change happen. Planning was being done, equipment performance was improving, utilities were keeping the lights on, the plant was continuing to run. Changes were happening. Unfortunately, it wasn't fast enough. Today's business world demands speed. China demands more product. This is, after all, one of the largest nickel mines in the world. So they had to up their game even further. Out, Jim. In comes Consultant X. I won't name them. Global company with a reputation for getting fast business results in a big way. They came in, did the usual assessment, figured out what was wrong, much of which everybody knew anyways. It was evident that they were very inefficient and still overstaffed, really, for what they really were trying to do, certainly by North American standards, but this was Indonesia. One of the first things they did after making a rock-solid business case to get their job was to lay off 800 people. Now, this is an operation with almost 4,000 employees and another 1,000 contractors. It's big. Needless to say, people were demoralized. No one liked it. The changes happened, of course. They were survivors, still some 4,200 people or so left around the place. And they had to continue running the business. Performance did improve. There was a small army of consultants, about 30, that came into the operation to help make improvement happen. They led the change. The change was theirs. And therein lay the problem. The change did not belong to the employees. Not a single one of them owned it, and none of them wanted to, given what had just happened to 800 of their neighbors in a small community with only one major employer. That change, after 2 years, was delivering exactly the results that consulting firm had promised. But when they left, it fell apart within 6 months. And worse, because there were 800 fewer people to do things the way they used to, the way that they actually owned it, performance fell through the floor. Of course, the president had moved on. He's now CEO of another company. The VP for operations had moved on. He's now president in another operation in the same company. The poor guys that are there now have a mess on their hands and no idea how to fix it. The problem was they didn't care about the people, they did not appreciate the people, they did not ask for their input, and they certainly didn't respect them throughout that change.